Are you willing to go the extra step? The extra step is that step where you've exhausted all of your resources, all of your energy, and you're at rock bottom. No matter if it's financially or if it's a project that you're working on and you've reached wit's end. It's at that point that you need to take that extra step. And that extra step is a step past rock bottom. It's a step past all of the energy that you've lost, everything when you're at zero. That extra step is what makes the difference for everybody. If you don't take that extra step, you will never make it in whatever it is that you're doing. Experience the struggle as if it were part of the process, because it is. Know and come to get excited about pain that you're going through, because that means that you're actually doing something significant, and also when you get through the pain, that means you've made it. So think of it as a journey, a timeline. If you start out and it's easy and it's fun and you get a lot of the easy tasks or easy accomplishments early on, that's great. But then as you keep going, things get harder and harder and harder. And as things get harder and harder, it's till you reach the very end or near end that is the hardest, that you have to take that extra step. Now, there was a concept that I just thought of probably a couple months ago, and it's that if you're learning a skill set, if you're building a business, if you're doing anything in life, you are going to have to work extra hard. But let me put some numbers to that. So let's say that to acquire a skill set, let's say that 100% of a skill set is what you could possibly know about anything in that skill set. 100% is just everything that's known about whatever it is that you're trying to do. Now, in the beginning, it's going to be easy because it's fun. You get some momentum. You get some small early wins because you can see that you're progressing. And you'll get that along the way if you're learning the skill set or building that business. But it's not until you hit at least 80% of knowledge of that skill set that you actually start getting real results. Most people don't make it that far. Most people will probably make it to the 20 or 30% mark and get tired because they're now getting into a little bit harder work. Their passion fades away. But it's not until you get to 80% of all possible knowledge of that skill set that you actually start seeing real results. Now, moving past 80%, the gap between the 80% and 100% is so wide. It's many, many thousands, millions of times larger than the gap between 0 to 80%. So once you hit 80%, it's just ever so gradual improvements. So at that point, continue to improve, but don't worry about it if you're not making big leaps like you were in the beginning when you didn't know anything. But keep that in mind. If you're learning something, you have to go through 80% of all possible knowledge of that particular skill set before you start seeing real results. So that should teach you to be patient, and the other mindset shift should be knowing that when you're going through a struggle, that if you keep going and you take that one extra step, then that is what's going to give you success. I hope that helped you. I hope that gave you some insight. I'm James. I'm CEO of Bright Idea Marketing. And look, I've lived through this. This is exactly what I've been dealing with my whole life too. So I'm not just saying it just because it sounds good. It's a real thing. So I hope you're doing well.